All right, 3e and f. Now we're going to solve these equations, but we got to be within 0 to 180 when we're switching to degrees. So you got to make sure you switch your calculator. The first step is to get the cosine or sine or tangent by itself. So keep in mind that 2x is part of the cosine. So all I'm going to do is divide by 3, and I get cosine 2x is equal to 2/3. And now I'm going to write the inverse of cosine, and that's going to switch the 2x and the 2/3, the input and the output, and it's going to look like this. And now I'm going to take the calculator and I'm going to find my first angle, and I'm just going to use the calculator to find it. So I go to cosine -1 and I put in 2/3, and then I find out that my first angle is going to be 48.18. So 2x is going to equal 48.18 or 48.19 when I round it. Keep in mind, when I have this and there's a 2, the frequency is 2, that means this graph has happened twice as often. So I'm going to expand my range here for the initial values. I'm going to the unit circle, and remember, cosines across the x-axis, sines across the y-axis, tangent, just add and subtract 180. So this is cosine, I go across the x-axis, and this is going to give me an angle of 360 minus 48.19, which is going to be 311.81. So that's my other angle, and both of these fit within 0 to 360, and now I'm going to divide both of them by 2, and so then I find my answers are 24.1 degrees and 155.9 degrees. So when there's a frequency bigger than 1, it's a good idea just to expand the range and then put your initial values, divide at the end. So anyway, this is going to start out pretty much the same way. We're going to rewrite it as an inverse. -4/5 is equal to 2x, and then we're going to use the calculator to find our first angle, and we put a -4/5 in there, and we find out it's -53.13. I know it's not within the acceptable range, but I'm not worried about that. So 2x is going to equal, what was it again? -53.13. Okay. And I'm going to go to the unit circle, and I'm going to find another angle. So I graph this one. If it's sine, it's going to be across here. And you'll notice I'm not worrying about dividing by 2. I'm going to have to eventually divide by 2, but first I'm going to find this other angle, and I get 180 plus 53.13, which is 180 plus 53.13. It gives me 233.13. So that gives me an angle that obviously fits within my range of 0 to 360, and it's going to be fine because I'm going to eventually divide it by 2. And so I need to find more angles. Well, if I add 360 to 233 or subtract it, it's not going to be any good. It's going to be bigger than 360 or smaller than 0. But if I add 360 to -53.13, oops, make that -53.13 plus 360, and that gives me another answer of 306.87. Now that's outside the 180 range, but again, keep in mind I'm dividing these both by 2. So now I get my real answers. X is going to equal 153.4 degrees, and X is going to equal 116.6 degrees. And that's all there is for that one. All right, thanks for watching. Hope that helped.